Welcome back, math students. We are about to finish our chapter 1.4. So just a couple of learning targets for today. So let's go through these. The first one is I can find all real values of x for which f of x equals 0. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is replace f of x with 0. So I want to set it equal to 0. So set equal to 0. So 0 equals 12 minus 3x. Okay, now I simply just want to solve for x, and then I will summarize my findings. So solve for x, and then we'll do a summary of findings. Okay? So I set it equal to 0. Now I'm going to get x by itself, so I'm going to subtract 12 to each side, and then divide by a negative 3. So I get 4. X equals 4. So what I can summarize is, so when f of x equals 0, that is when x equals 5. F of x equals 0 when x equals 5. Oh, 5, where did that come from? 4. Whoops. All right, let's try another one together. So I'm going to set it equal to 0 to start. And now I'm going to solve for x. So this one's a quadratic, so I'm going to have to factor to solve. So what are the factors of negative 24 that add to negative 5? Well, that would be 8 times 3. And it needs to be a negative 5, so that's going to be a negative 8 and a positive 3. And then, so now I can set each of these equal to 0. So x is 8 or negative 3. So to summarize, so f of x equals 0 when x equals 8 or negative 3. Okay. Let's move on to our next learning target. I can find all real values of x for which f of x equals g of x. So for this one, we are going to set the equations equal to each other because f of x equals g of x, so we're going to set these two equal to each other. Set equations equal to each other. Okay, so x squared plus 1 equals 3x minus x squared. Now what I'm going to do is convert to general form, which is simply to get everything equal to 0. So general form, so set equal to 0. Okay, so I'm going to bring everything over. So I'm going to add this x squared. So that's 2x squared minus 3x plus 1 equals 0. And now I can solve for x, just like I did above in these problems. So solve for x. and then do your summary. Okay, to solve for x, I need to factor this. Or if you prefer to use a quadratic equation, you can do that as well. Factoring's faster for me, so this is going to be 2x and x. 2x times x is 2x squared. And then 1, the only factors would be 1 times 1. And then I have to figure out my signs. I'm trying to get this middle term of -3. So both of my signs are going to be negative. So if I multiply inside, that's -1x. Multiply outside, that's -2x. Add those together, you get -3x, which is your middle term. So that's correct. So that's just a check to my factoring. So after it's factored, you can solve for x. So 2x minus 1 equals 0, and x minus 1 equals 0. So x equals 1/2 and x equals 1. So my summary is, oh, running out of room here. So f of x equals g of x when x equals 1/2 or x equals 1. All right, you try 16 and check it with the answer key. All right, I think we'll stop there for today. And yeah, have a great day.